Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to our YouTube live today. The hottest property market in the world as of September to December 2025. What do you think? It's officially Dubai in the UAE. I challenge anyone who would know of any other property market in the world which is crazier than what's going on in Dubai at this moment in terms of sales transactions. Of course, we know the Dubai property market is always a roller coaster. And right now, we're heading up, 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 and it's red hot. Our commitment to you by the end of this live stream video is for you to know how to purchase a property in Dubai or UAE that qualifies you for the 10-year golden visa residency without actually having to pay it all upfront in cash, but having a multi-year payment plan. That's our commitment to you in this video. Developers such as MR, Bengati, Omniat, and Meras and Aldar leading the way in terms of the highest end luxury properties in Dubai and the best known brands. And then followed by quality builders such as Ellington, Select Group, Sopa, Samana, Damak, Dubai Properties, HRE, Object One, Cube, and Azizi. There's over 566 property developers now in the UAE. I don't have time to list them all, but these are the big ones. And you have infinite choices of some of the craziest development projects in the world, from villas, apartments, townhouses, and even commercial real estate. Whether you want to live on an island or you want to be on coastline on the mainland or somewhere by the golf course, somewhere near downtown, somewhere near the racetrack, who knows? It's all possible. Like that famous Dubai commercial says, nothing is impossible in Dubai. It's crazy. Projects are being released that are estimated to be completed in 2031 and are being sold out in one day by developers such as MR. You can't even get some of these projects if you don't already have a 50,000 dirham deposit with the developer, which is about 13,600 registered as an expression of interest with the developer in Dubai. Projects are selling out in days, while developers in North America, Europe, China are looking to sell their inventory in months or sometimes in a year or 2 years for newly launched projects. While in Dubai, it's selling like hotcakes. I think they're selling more property units in Dubai than most countries sell bread in a day. I'm not kidding, folks. Literally, developers are announcing a project name, a location, a fancy brochure, and people are throwing money at them. The purpose of this YouTube live stream is not to scrutinize the market or analyze where it's going up, whether it's going up or down. Obviously, it's red hot, and investors from all over the world are buying bulk units in Dubai, not even one. We're talking bulk. But the actual subject of this live stream is to understand how you can finance these projects without putting 100% cash for your Dubai property. There are two models of financing you need to know about for non-residents. If you're a resident, well, you've got other options. Let's say you don't have a residency yet in Dubai or anywhere in the UAE, and you're planning to purchase a minimum of a 2 million dirham, which is the local currency, and equivalent would be 544,588 US dollars, or maybe for our Canadian folks out there, $750,744. Of course, that fluctuates because the local currency in Dubai and UAE is pegged to the US dollar. Or for our UK audience, it'll be around 407,433 pounds, or for our Indian audience, about 4.92 crores Indian rupees. Or for those crypto maniacs out there, that'll be about 6.255,865 Bitcoins as of December 18th, 10 a.m. Eastern time for those investors out there. But you don't have to have all the cash ready to pay at once to own a property. You don't want to pay, perhaps. Maybe you do have the cash. You don't want to bring it up and put the cash all in one place because maybe you've got them tied up in an investment, or you're making some good money somewhere else, your opportunity cost. So you're looking for a way to own that property without putting all that money up front. There are two ways to obtain financing without putting all the money up front to obtain the golden visa in UAE. Either a mortgage as a non-resident from a local bank, yes, it's possible, or a financing option offered by the developer for pre-construction projects. Yes, the developer will finance you. And that's kind of unheard of in most parts of the world, especially in North America and even in Europe. And we will cover how these financing options could potentially affect or help you to even get a golden visa without putting 100% upfront cash for those property purchases. Let's look at the first model. Financing model one, bank mortgages. The plain vanilla version for you to finance your property as a non-resident Dubai, UAE is possible on the closing of your property. So several banks in the UAE, local banks, offer non-residential mortgages up to 60% of the value of the property. Sometimes even it's possible to push it up to 65% loan to value uh, percentage. However, it doesn't mean that anyone can get this non-residential mortgage without the required income and documents. However, the funny point is that it may be easier to get a non-resident mortgage in Dubai versus your home country if you're in Canada or the UK with your traditional banks when purchasing a home in your own hometown because of all the scrutiny they do. The UAE banks will require a 6-month bank statement to see your credits, debits, and to see your cash flow and documentation to support your income. Your income doesn't have to be in Dubai. You're a non-resident. It could be anywhere. It could be US, Canada. You could be in Mexico, UK. It could be German. Who knows? It could be in India. Basically, they want to see, like any other creditor who's going to finance something, a secured loan, if you can service the debt for the 60% mortgage you will receive. Servicing debt in layman's terms means paying the installments, paying the monthly fees. If you have no income, then you would need a large deposit in your bank account. Let's say you have no income. For example, your mortgage is going to be 300,000 US and you have zero income. Then potentially you would need to show maybe up to 2 years of minimum mortgage monthly installment payments. Banks also prioritize you if you become a gold or VIP account holder with them, which usually requires a larger deposit of approximately, let's say, 500,000 local currency, AED, dirhams, which is about 136,000 USD to hold in their bank to prioritize you as a client, which also accelerates your mortgage application approval. It's not necessary, but just FYI. In terms of interest rates as a non-resident, you can't expect to get the lowest rate in the market, which might be 3.65 to 4% on terms of your mortgage interest, but anywhere from 4.55 to 5.5%, sometimes even a little bit higher, would be what you can expect for a non-resident obtaining financing for a local property in UAE that you're purchasing. Of course, you plan to perhaps rent out the property for income, but the banks always want to make sure that you have enough income or money sitting around in case you can't rent it out, which is unlikely, or your tenant doesn't pay or leaves, or there's a gap, maybe 3-4 months until you rent it out. So they want to make sure that cushion exists. This is, of course, a service we offer to all our clients who purchase property with us directly from the developers that we have relationships with, is offering the residency, your golden visa, and financing options that you could potentially qualify for through our banking network in Dubai and Emirates. Now let's look at my favorite, the financing model number 2, developer financing in Dubai, UAE. Now here's the coolest part of this financing option. The developer finances you. You don't need the bank, but some developers, for example, Samana and Cube, which our office works with directly, can extend financing options to its buyers of its properties after the closing date for pre-construction projects. Yeah, that's crazy, folks. Have you heard of that anywhere in North America? The developer is financing you. I mean, it's there, hit and miss, but it's not common. MR, Bingati, Omniat, and Meros do not offer such plans at the moment, since they are the higher end brand property developers who have enough demand, more demand than the supply. They can provide the market with properties and have investors begging for more units. So they're not going to give you financing. Of course, you can go to the bank for financing. But however, some developers are more flexible, medium to small size. What does this all mean for you? You purchase a pre-construction project that's going to be completed in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever you like. Let's say, example, realistic example, Sky Views by Samana right now, which has been launched and sold over 80% in Dubai Production City, which is right around behind Jumeirah Village Triangle near Jumeirah Golf Estates. It's about 20 minutes from Marina, maybe 25 minutes from downtown. The project is estimated to be completed by Q4 2028. This is by Samana. It's called Sky Views. This is a pre-construction project where the developer asks you for 20% deposit on signing, 10% balance throughout the first 12 months after you've signed the deposit, and 1% per month for 5 years and 10 months from the date you close the deal. This means that after the completion and move-in date, you still have not paid for the full balance of the property and have another 2 years and 10 months to pay the balance 34%. This is like getting a mortgage without a bank. You don't pay everything up front, and the developer asks for incremental payments throughout the construction. So you're paying around total around 65, 66% throughout the 3-year project construction timeline until completion. The project is already over 90% or 80% sold, and each unit has its own private plunge pool in its balcony. Studios, 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, all of them. It's crazy. Without going through all the hassle of the bank and applying for a mortgage, you just get a sweet financing deal without having to dish out 2 million dirhams or more all at once for a property. Of course, the studio units are excellent price in this project and only cost 782,000 dirhams, and 1 bedrooms approximately 1.22 million dirhams, which you should purchase, for example, 2 units, let's say a 1 bedroom and a studio, for a combined total of 2 million dirhams without actually having all the money up front. Or you could even do 3 studios or 2 1 bedrooms for a little bit higher than a combined total of 2 million dirhams. And don't worry, you might rent out 2 out of the 3 units you're buying or 1 out of the 2 proper units you're buying to cover your installments in the future post handover. Let the tenants pay for you to become a property owner. That's what I always say. And there's certainly enough tenants and expats in the UAE. Now, why am I suggesting to buy multiple units for this project? Only if you want to obtain the golden visa, which is the 10-year continuous residency stamp in your passport. This means you have the residence, you can come and go, live in UAE, or you can just stay out of the UAE. You never have to come back. It's a very flexible golden visa. Otherwise, if you don't need the golden visa, you don't need to purchase 2 million dirhams. You could buy a 700,000 dirham property. Yeah. Some developers even offer 4-year post-completion financing options for non-residents or even residents as well. You don't have to be a non-resident to take advantage of this. This means with approximately 20 to 25% deposit and another 10 to 15% during construction, you can potentially finance the rest of the post-completion and handover with your brand new property in Dubai. Let's now cover how this could affect or help you with the golden visa in Dubai if you don't have 2 million local currency AED, which is the UAE Arab Emirates dirham, sitting around in your account, which is around 544,588 US dollars, no matter when you check, because the dirham is pegged to the US dollar. It's an it was an oil producing country. Abu Dhabi is not Dubai, but Dubai is just an Emirates. Abu Dhabi is the capital. The whole Emirates is the country. And yes, Abu Dhabi has oil, so it's pegged to the dollar, similar like Saudi, Kuwait, and all these guys in the GCC. Anyways, that's a whole nother YouTube story. Real estate qualifies you for UAE residence in the first place. To obtain a golden visa in Dubai or anywhere in the Emirates, could be Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, Al Quwain, Fujairah, you name it. You will need to commit a purchase of 2 million dirham property purchase. Of course, you can do a 1 million dirham purchase and obtain a silver visa, which is valid for 2 years. But this one is a no-brainer, folks. 99% of our clients go for the 10-year continuous golden visa with a 2 million dirham, again 544,000 US dollar approximate property purchase without actually having that money. The minimum requirement is 25% deposit for your property, and you can obtain the golden visa in UAE. This means you purchase a pre-construction project in Dubai or any of the Emirates, deposit 25% upfront on signing, and can immediately apply for your golden visa for you and your dependents, although your property might be completed in 2, 3, or 4 years down the line. Keep in mind, this works for pre-construction, because if the property is ready, they expect you to pay for it, then you would have to probably go for the mortgage, the traditional non-resident UAE bank mortgage. But if you do a pre-construction with a deposit, and the value of the agreement being over 2 million, or combined value of purchases that you're making would be more than 2 million dirhams, you can qualify for the golden visa right away. This is the beautiful part of this whole program. You don't need the entire money up front. And even if you start with 20% deposit, but then you have to pay the balance 5 or 10% in the first year, depending on the developer, then you can qualify and apply for the golden visa if you're not in a rush. Or if you want, you just pay them 25% and then you apply for your golden visa. You can combine properties for a total of 2 million dirhams. So it could be several studios, or a 1 bedroom and a studio, depending on the project. Of course, there's beautiful ocean views in properties like Sopa, and there's Sea Haven, which is cost anywhere from 4 to 5 million dirhams, right? And of course, you can look at the new W residence at the marina with even better views. And then you'd need to dish out more, so you just probably buy one unit. If you like, you could buy more, but one unit can qualify you for your 10-year residency. And yeah, well, I've had clients ask, hey, Reza, I'm buying about 15 million dirhams of properties. Can I get a 30-year golden visa? No, it doesn't work that way. But as long as you hold the property, you can renew your golden visa in 10 years. Basically, what this all means is that with 500,000 dirhams, or approximately 136,147 US dollars, you can obtain the golden visa and purchase a property until completion date, while paying the balance, 1.5 million dirhams or whatever amount, in installments post completion for pre-construction projects. The residency can take 5 to 12 days, depending on whether you pay the VIP service to the government and when you arrive in Dubai to process your medical, biometrics, and all that. It's fast. You can include your spouse and children, all with one investment. Whether you want to obtain the residency to open a bank account and collect rental income, and stay back in your home country, or perhaps move to Dubai, it's all up to you. The investment is sound for rental income, and there's no tax on personal income of any kind in the UAE. We're not talking about companies right now. We're talking about personal income. Whatever you make personally, whether it's from rental income, crypto, trading, or even salary, in the UAE, such as Dubai, there's no personal income tax. It's zero. Keep in mind that you would need closing costs for the property, which needs to be paid upfront to the developer and Dubai Land Department on signing. In Dubai, you can expect to pay 4% to the Dubai Land Department on signing for even the project that will be completed even in 4 or 5 years. Doesn't matter. And an approximate 4,000 dirham admin fee, depending on each developer, to the developer, and a small knowledge fee, a few $100 to the government on signing of the agreement for the pre-construction. So when you put the 20 or 25% deposit and you sign, you got to end up paying the Dubai Land Department these fees and the admin fee. So these fees are due on signing, whether pre-construction or ready to move in. If your total purchase price is, let's say, 2 million dirhams, then we suggest to have about 85,000 dirhams ready for closing costs. You can't finance that. You got to have that ready. Like anywhere else in the world where you do a property purchase, you need to cover closing costs. This is purely dependent on the value of the property, obviously, because it's 4%. For the Dubai Land Department, small admin fee and knowledge fee, which are not percentage based. So that's about 85,000 dirhams to have for closing costs. For your 2 million dirham property, let's say, is going to be 23,145 US dollars approximately. However, if you purchase a property which is more expensive, then of course, it's going to be a little bit higher closing costs. There you have it, folks. our commitment for you in this live stream to let you know how and if mortgages for non-residents are possible in UAE Dubai to purchase properties, and developers who offer financing installments for pre-construction projects post-completion. So you've moved in or you have your tenant, you've got title, and you're still paying installments. And how to qualify for the Golden Visa only with 25% deposit on signing for pre-construction. So that means your project's going to finish in a couple of years, but you're going to get your Golden Visa and you can be inside or outside the country no matter what, without having the 2 million dirhams or the 544,000 US dollars available cash to dish out. If you like, yeah, sorry about that. If you're searching for international investment hacks, creative residency citizenship solutions to keep more money in your pocket than paying governments or politicians to blow it for you, we provide you key analysis and the exposed truth about programs, policies, and updates around the world. Then you can click on the subscribe button for your YouTube channel, where we post more videos and the latest programs on solutions for ultra-friendly investors, investor jurisdictions, and also tax optimization jurisdictions. If you're tired of taxes or just see no point of paying 30, 40, or 50% taxes on your personal income to your government, who you may not have voted for in the first place, or you want positive ROI and a smart investment because your local market sucks, it's time to think outside of the borders. At Ingway, our firm, we're dedicated to crafting solutions to meet your specific investment or residency requirements with clear upfront processes, payment milestones, and peace of mind. With a variety of programs to match your goals backed by our expertise and my team, we offer transparency, choice, and security with comprehensive insurance and client trust accounts in our North American banking institutions. We protect your interests. Plus, our multilingual team supports clients from 55 different countries. Ready to take the next step? Click the link below this video. We'd be happy to get on a call. Our intake form is 60 seconds. If you don't have 60 seconds, then I'm not sure how I can help you. And we can get on a call and help you on how to proceed. We've got relationships with all the major developers in Dubai and 20 different countries: Cyprus, Greece, Malta, Portugal, Panama, US, Houston, Texas, Atlanta, California, in Canada as well, Italy. Where else? We've got you covered. Wherever you're planning to go or wherever you're coming from, we're here to support that process. We're not just a glorified real estate firm. We're a global investment advisory firm, which helps strategize, compare, and implement your global investment, and can help you with the residency or citizenship and tax optimization or tax residencies with our partners in all of these 20 plus countries that we help with. We're there turnkey. We're not going to refer you out. Everything is handled with us through our partners, through our firm, through our team. Folks, we'll see you next week in our YouTube live channel stream, which is every Thursday, 11 a.m. North America Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Thank you, folks. See you next week. And sorry for anyone who missed our live stream today. We did start a little bit late, but you can press rewind and watch it on our YouTube channel anytime in slow motion, fast forward, whatever you like. But we'll be back next week. And we just taught you in this video how to work with the developers in Dubai for them to finance you to get the Golden Visa without having all the money up front. And remember, folks, we've got relationships with all the developers and banks to help you out. Take care. Good luck. Hope to see you next Thursday.